Two standouts could have left Virginia football at low point. They returned for a revival. Shortly after the Virginia football team was embarrassed, 52-10, by archrival Virginia Tech to close last season with a 2-10 record, Cavaliers linebacker Micah Kiser began considering whether he wanted to come back for his final year of eligibility. Entering the NFL draft certainly was an option for the ACC's leader in tackles, especially given Virginia's futility over most of the past dozen seasons and what at the time appeared dim prospects for a turnaround. Last year with that Virginia Tech game, that was a really sour feeling in the mouth, kind of like, wow, can I really go through something like this again? Kiser said. That was kind of like the worst feeling I ever had in my life, and I was like, is it really worth another season feeling like that? He decided it was. Kiser, along with senior safety Quinn Blanding, a fellow first-team All-ACC selection, had too much invested in the program to depart without having given Coach Bronco Mendenhall's blueprint for prosperity one more season to unfold under their leadership. They had plenty of reason not to come back, said Mendenhall, adding he didn't lobby either player much. A new coach and a 2-10 season on top of very little whining football. But it matters a lot to me that they trusted me and gave the opportunity and were willing to kind of give me a second chance, that they saw enough that this could be better, and thought it was going to be better. Behind Kiser and Blanding, the Cavaliers, 5-1, 2-0 ACC, are 18th in major college football in total defense after finishing last season 79th. A victory in Saturday's game against Boston College, 3-4, 1-3. As Scott Stadium would secure a bowl berth for Virginia for just the second time since 2008. College Football Viewing Guide, Syracuse ties for encore, Penn State faces first big test. Kiser, meanwhile, ranks first in the ACC again this season in tackles per game, 14.4, and Blanding is second, 10.2. Known for stout defenses throughout 11 years as coach of Brigham Young, Mendenhall began orchestrating the revival in Charlottesville by simplifying the playbook, allowing the defense to focus on swarming to the football rather than absorbing terminology. Last weekend, Virginia limited North Carolina to 257 total years in a 2014 win on the road. 2 weeks ago, the Cavaliers permitted 255 total years to visiting Duke in a 28-21 victory. It's the first time since 2012 Virginia that has held consecutive Football Bowl subdivision opponents to fewer than 300 years of total offense. But it hasn't been only defensive modifications that elevated Mendenhall into contention for ACC Coach of the Year after preseason voting among media members vowed Virginia to finish last in the Coastal Division. The Cavaliers are second in the Coastal, a half game behind unbeaten Miami, with their next two games against opponents who are a combined 1-7 in the ACC. The poise of quarterback Kurt Benkert, according to coaches and teammates, has enabled Virginia to win games it may not have last season. The graduate transfer's 15 touchdown passes are second in the conference, one behind reigning Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson of Louisville. Benkert's 3 interceptions are the fewest in the ACC among players with at least 200 passing attempts. I think it's just confidence, said Benkert, who's on pace to become the first player in school history to pass for at least 3,000 yards and 30 touchdowns in one season. More of, we know that we can do this instead of we hope we can do this, and I think that's the biggest deal. Also fully healthy after recovering from a torn anterior cruciate ligament 2 years ago, Benkert pointed to last season's game against the Cardinals as a lightbulb moment helping to trigger Virginia's offensive upswing. Even though the Cavaliers lost, 32-25, the offense began to grow more comfortable operating at the deliberate pace that's currently paying dividends. Virginia opened last season at a much quicker clip under offensive coordinator Robert Inney, who worked as an assistant at Texas Tech for Mike Leach and at Arizona for Rich Rodriguez, both of whom deployed high-octane attacks. The Cavaliers, however, were unable to produce extended drives, thus not allowing the defense adequate rest. The defense has received plenty of time to catch its breath on the sidelines in most games this season. We had been used to going fast just every single play, Benkert said. It's different. It's a little bit harder to get into a rhythm, but it also really helps our defense a lot. If we are clicking when we're going slower, then it just keeps them off the field so much longer, so you have your pros and cons with, but it's been working for us. More college football. Perspective: for playoff contenders, there are no bad losses, only good wins. Not so fast, my friend, a stroke couldn't rob Lee Corso of game day. As Tennessee football slides, fire Butch Jones threatens to drown out Rocky Top. Analysis: Ohio State controls its playoff fate after a weekend.